A whole bunch of new Dragon Ball trailers, not just for the anime, but for the games, are actually all being released right now. And this is for the massive celebration as Dragon Ball Battle Hour 2026, in which we'll be seeing full trailers for Dragon Ball Super Beerus, the Galactic Patroller arc. This also includes the Dragon Ball FighterZ Daima SSJ4 DLC, Sparking Zero new DLC content, Future Saga Chapter 4 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and even Age 1000, which we already know was confirmed to be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve Doji here, back some more Dragon Ball Super, and I can actually say that now because this is basically everything Dragon Ball Super. You can actually see this is again the official Dragon Ball anime info account. They also tweeted when Dragon Ball Daima was coming out, when Super Hero is coming out, all of the new Dragon Ball stuff basically gets tweeted by them. And this is obviously again weirdly rough translated and wrongly translated. It's talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly when it means Beerus. I don't even know how Broly and Beerus are similar enough to be mistranslated, but whatever man, Twitter just be doing whatever it wants. But yeah, we actually are getting new trailers for Dragon Ball Super Beerus, and again, they're actually showing the original trailer, but we're actually going to see a new trailer most likely at the Japanese Expo before we even get to Battle Hour, because we can actually straight up see it here. They did actually open a Toei animation branch at Anime Japan, and it seems like they're going to be showing new stuff for Dragon Ball, Super Beerus, and for the Galactic Patrol arc. So we're actually going to get new trailers for these very, very soon, even before Battle Hour, which is insane. Obviously, we'll still get Battle Hour reveals. There's no way we won't. That just makes sense. Battle Hour is the new biggest hype thing. Again, Dragon Ball Battle Hour is basically Dragon Ball's State of Play. It's Dragon Ball's Nintendo Direct. It's where they're going to show off all their cool stuff. So we'll still get new trailers there, but most likely we'll see more teasers about what the arc is going to look like. Hell, maybe we'll actually get to see character design renders of, our favorite characters. Maybe how they'll look in Dragon Ball Super Beerus and how they'll look in the Galactic Patroller Survival arc. So that's really, really cool. We're actually going to get new anime trailers very, very soon. Dragon Ball is completely back, baby. Oh my goodness gracious. It's completely back. And then we also have Dragon Ball Battle Hour very soon, in like 20-something days. We'll finally get to see Daima SSJ4, new Sparking Zero DLC, Xenoverse DLC, Xenoverse 3. Oh my god, we are eating good. And man, finally, an update for any of the Dragon Ball games right now. We really, really need that, because the Dragon Ball games are all kind of in a place where it's been a while since all of them have had their last DLC updates. Again, Xenoverse 2's DLC was a very long time ago. Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC was an unbelievably long time ago. It was so long to the point where people thought support for Dragon Ball FighterZ was over, but no, it's actually back. Because again, 22 days since the grand return of Dragon Ball FighterZ with Daima SSJ4 Goku. And I personally don't think we'll be getting a Dragon Ball FighterZ sequel anytime. I think this will start a new DLC season, but because there's too many hype characters coming out that they kind of could just capitalize on. Again, we still don't have Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo for FighterZ, and they would still make a boatload of money. Daima SSJ4 Goku is Goku. Goku's always going to make an ocean of money. But then we also have the Moro arc and the Granola arc characters that can also make a ton of money when they get animated, because Dragon Ball FighterZ is ripe for a DLC season. The developers for FighterZ, they obviously are working on their own game. Again, Guilty Gear Strive, that game's getting more DLC content, but they're also still working for more release characters for Marvel Toy Consoles. Marvel Toy Consoles is definitely going to take over attention because it's Marvel. It will be a colossal hit, just like Marvel Rivals. So most likely, no Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 for, let's just say, at least 10 years. And Dragon Ball FighterZ will be probably on a little bit of life support with just the DLC coming in every now and then, maybe another crazy patch to just make the game like more insane than it used to be, because it's been getting a lot of those like hyper updates where the game just gets more wacky the longer it goes on. Xenoverse 2 also is going to have its Future Saga Chapter 4 teaser trailer here. And I don't know if Xenoverse 2's trailer will go before or after the Age 1000 trailer, because the games are connected. So you know what? Actually, it does make more sense. Age 1000 would go first, and then it would call it Xenoverse 3, and then it would go, by the way, in a previous game, this is happening. Buy Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and see the rivets and conclusion to the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 story, as well as the sequel bait for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 at the end of the newest DLC. They'll probably do it like that. That's the way companies like to flex and show stuff off. Oh yeah, we showed you the Moro arc, but you know what comes before the Moro arc? The Dragon Ball Super Beerus. Go watch that, and then you can watch the Moro arc after. Like they'll probably do that. That's the way they like doing stuff. So can't wait to see how that goes down. Obviously, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as well. It's finally going to get a new DLC pack with a bunch of new characters in as well. We'll get transformations for existing characters too. Really weird how they can update Bardock to have Super Saiyan, but they can't just update Dragon Ball Z Goku to have the Daima SSJ4 form. I don't know. I think that's just kind of weird. They even made Hellfighter 17, who's not really even a character. It's just Dragon Ball Z 17, but I don't know. Whatever. Who knows what they're doing over there at Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. But at least that game is finally getting new content. Maybe they'll actually add SSJ for Charlotte as well. Maybe? No? Yes? Please? I don't know. Charlotte deserves his other transformations. He really should be getting them. He's a collab character that has multi-stage transformations. This isn't Xenoverse. Don't just release it as a standalone character. Release him with all of his forms. That's extremely disrespectful to the GOAT. All in all, Dragon Ball Battle Hour is actually seemingly going to be the biggest it's ever been. I don't think we've ever had the Dragon Ball Battle Hour of this scale. Even the first Dragon Ball Battle Hour obviously was nowhere near this big, because we got new animes, two new animes, and we haven't even seen the second season trailer for Dragon Ball Super Beerus if it really does all go all the way to Resurrection of F. And then we still got the anime that's coming afterwards, which is an adaptation of the manga, which reminds me, the manga's also continuing as well. We're finally going to get the arc after Dragon Ball Superhero, which will most likely be the Black Frieza arc. Then we got new games coming out with Age 1000, and then we got new updates to existing games, like Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero getting updates. And again, both of those games are starving for content. They really need it. And speaking of games starving for content, Dragon Ball FighterZ is returning. A game that we thought was completely over is even getting new content. And oh my goodness gracious. And this isn't even counting the stuff that's going to happen for obviously Dokkan and Legends and Super Divers and all the mobile kind of stuff, the card game kind of stuff. That's going to endlessly expand and have more gorgeous animations, more great OSTs, especially if it's Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. The OSTs are going to be so fire. Dragon Ball is really back. And then, oh my god, I totally forgot. Merchandising. Obviously that's something that, some people care about less, but we're going to be getting figures of UI Goku based on the Moro arc. We'll finally get to see the Susanoo Goku from the manga. That's finally going to be a part of this kit. And I wonder how they're going to adapt that to games like Sparking Zero. Is Goku going to get a giant form transformation after UI that's 10 DP? Or is it going to just be a part of a new Ultimate Attack animation? We don't know, but all of this stuff is so hyped to think about. By the way, that Susanoo Goku's not showing up in Xenoverse 2. I just want to make that very clear. You will not see that in Xenoverse 2, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. But it's so cool to think about how we're finally going to be getting all of these things in the video games, the merchandising, the DLC. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. We're going to see Susanoo Goku in game trailers now as well. Oh goodness gracious. Dragon Ball really is back, but it's more back than it's ever been. Because again, even the release of Dragon Ball Super the first time wasn't this grandiose, because again, Dragon Ball had been over for ages, so we had no expectations, but we've seen Superhero, we've seen DBS Broly, we've seen Daima. We have expectations for what Dragon Ball is like now, and it's looking delicioso. We cannot wait for all of these new updates, man. Holy crap. But first, we gotta see that new Dragon Ball Super Beerus trailer when they, eventually actually release it. So I think that's probably a solid place to end the video. Again, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, then obviously again, please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe as well, support the channel, leave a comment down below as to what you guys would like to see next. I personally cannot wait for all of this. Even me, for example, who's not really too big on the new anime stuff. I'm more excited for how it looks in the video games than for an anime overall. But holy crap, man, this is enormous. This is huge. Dragon Ball, it's back, and it's back more than ever. But again, great place to end the video. Dragon Ball Battle Hour takes place very soon, actually, in the middle of April. So please look forward to that, and I think that's a solid place to end the video, truly. I do hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, greatly supports the channel, and I'll see you guys all next time. Take care, and peace. Bye-bye.